Sexual assault doesn't always happen between strangers.
Thousands of victims are locked in silence because their attacker is an acquaintance or even a close relative. Well, tonight we meet rape and domestic violence victim Yolanda Turner Evans. Her heart-wrenching and violent story could have ended in tragedy. Instead, it evolved into a life-changing organization that saves the lives of other victims.
I was 9 years old when it happened.
It was 1984 in the town of Belzona when Yolanda Turner Evans' living nightmare began. Raped repeatedly by family members, she says, until she was 11 years old. A secret she kept for over 2 decades.
When it happened, it was okay with them. I didn't know what was going on. I knew it wasn't right, but who do you tell?
Evans' mother died when she was 1. 3 weeks later, her aunt died. She and 20 cousins rode the bus from their home in Syracuse, New York, to the Delta town, where her grandmother and 21-year-old aunt took them all in and raised them.
In one incident, my grandmother sent me to the kitchen to get her a drink, and I cried, and I told her no. But she sent me anyway, and he was waiting on me, and he molested me then. So I bottled it up and accepted it. But it was a hurtful thing.
Out of the pain, Evans says she grew rebellious, searching for love, finding abusive relationships. At age 15, she had a daughter. 2 years later, a son, and at 19, another daughter. Along the way, she met Bruce Greenwood in Belzona.
He changed my life because he tried to kill me and my daughter. He raped my daughter when she was in 10th grade.
In May of 2006, after breaking up with Greenwood, Evans says a night of terror began, an abduction to Arkansas and a high-speed chase across the Mississippi Delta.
He was hiding in the house, and when me and my daughter got there, he came out and beat us with iron. When he beat us with iron, he made us get out all our clothes.
After dropping off her daughter near Hollandale, Evans says Greenwood stabbed her in the legs and vowed to kill them both. A high-speed chase with the Humphreys County Sheriff's Department began in Indianola.
He knocked one of the tires out. We're on 3 wheels going fast as that car can go. He's giving it all he got in oncoming traffic. He ran clean into a van because he said, if I can't have you, nobody can.
Evans was hospitalized with stab wounds, a burned scalp where Greenwood set her hair on fire, but only cuts and bruises from the crash. Greenwood was left paralyzed. He was later sentenced to federal prison.
Bruce got, I want to say, 120-something years because he had to pay for the time of raping my daughter, kidnap, and taking me over state lines.
The ordeal changed the mother of 3's life. She admits she was angry at God for allowing all that to happen in her life. Evans said psychiatric treatment was not the answer for her, but it was God who she prayed to who saved her.
I found Christ about 10 years ago, right after this incident happened. Because I was always reading my Bible. In order for me to move past a lot of my hurt, I have to dig deep inside and forgive myself. I forgave, and I moved on with life.
Today, the 42-year-old Walmart supervisor is married and studied sociology at Delta Community College. She also reaches out to rape and domestic violence victims through her foundation, Heavenly Help.
I smile about Heavenly Help because it was a vision from God. If I'm in a crowd, I know I can point out the abuser and I can point out the person that's being abused.
The rape survivor speaks to churches and organizations, holds walks, and raises money to help women, men, and families escape their tormentors.
If they tell you that they're going to kill you, they mean it.
And she has this message for others who are victims.
Without him, I wouldn't be here with my children. I wouldn't be here to hug my grandkids. They told my daughter that she would never have kids, and she had 3 beautiful children. You know, so I know there's nobody but God. You don't have to die after it happened.
Rosalind Anderson, 3 on your side.